Well, the second myofascial treatment today, and it was not fun. Um, so after the first treatment, I had the K tape on for 4 days. Walked around in Richmond a little bit, and just the walking kind of tormented my leg. But went in this morning. I had the first treatment. What they did, they worked on the outside portion of my hip, the SI muscle, the IT band, my external rotators of my legs. So it's what makes your leg do this kind of thing. But the intercostal muscles of my adductors actually wound up being what he worked on today. Oh my God, it was killing me. So needless to say, I'm going to have a major bruise on this portion of my leg. But I was not able to do this before. But the issue is that if you watch as I'm moving my leg, the hips are having a difficulty. I cannot stand on one leg without my body tilting. So all of these muscles, because of the leg, has already lost a lot of power and strength and stability. So needless to say, today's K tape, a little more on the upper part of my back, not so much on my glute, but I do have it down on my butt a little bit. And we did the inner thigh. Oh, I can just tell you, needless to say, my inner thigh is on fire. So I'm going to spend the day, even though it's a little chilly and damp outside, walk the dogs twice already. I'm going to wind up with ice on the leg today. My exercise program now is going to have to start to work on some strength. I still have last week, the thing was more about rolling out using using a ball and a roller, adding a new rolling exercise. So it'll, again, all this area here, which is actually what started the whole shebang with my leg, is it really started feeling like a groin muscle first, that moved to the glute, that went to the outside external portion of my leg. Luckily, physical therapist is happy that I know what I'm doing, so it's just a matter of, I'm as guilty as any of my clients. If it hurts, I didn't do it, and I have to do it. So needless to say, humility. I want to be able to walk again and work out again without having hip dysfunction movements. And again, the muscles that come up underneath the abdominal, which is why I'm having issues, is the muscles aren't firing. And it's the same thing that I said about my big old booty, that even though I have this big butt, the muscles had not been firing. So other muscles start to compensate, which is why the low back bothering me a little bit. So my whole week, I go back in on Friday. So I did one treatment last week. I'm doing 2 this week. Next week, I'm not sure because, again, I'm going to have to try to get 2 treatments in before I go out on tour and get that all done. So needless to say, I'm trying to work on strength and balance and strengthening up the core and get the muscles to fire back up again. Normally, I would say I lost weight, but again, eating a lot of fattier foods and saltier foods this weekend, I picked up 5 pounds of water. It'll go away. Today is just a matter of just eating a clean, clear diet today, and that will take away some of the inflammation that's in the leg, and not press up on the nerve, which is why I'm having so much pain. So that's the whole thing. Is if you listen to what your body is doing, again, I have another friend of mine that's a personal trainer. Same thing. The problem with being a personal trainer is we dedicate so much time to our clients and making money and training them, that we're trying to squeeze our time in minimal in between their sessions, and we're not listening to our own bodies, and then boom. So a friend of mine is now starting to have the same thing that happened to me. So many hours on the floor, 70 hours standing on your feet, over repetitions, when I'm writing programs for my clients, they can vary all different types of exercises and programs and whatnot. And high repetition, um, yeah, it starts to break the body down. Because again, there's only so many times that wheel can rotate before the socket's dry. Um, so humble in learning to listen to my own body and do whatever I need to do, which again part of the reason why I'm scaled back on a lot of my personal training stuff, at least until I can get my body right. I still do online training, so if you're looking for a exercise program, I write programs. I am a sports conditioning coach. I have coached a few guys that have actually even made it into the NFL, and retired now, so that'll tell you how old I am already. Um, Hockey players, softball players, volleyball players since 1997. Um, Certified since 1999. I have special certs in sports population nutrition, um, post rehab, postpartum, prenatal, special diet, nutrition for bodybuilding, and the list goes on and on. Kettlebells and TRX, and again, sports and conditioning through Ian King and through the National Committee of Sports Medicine. So needless to say, I know what I'm doing. I just should have listened to my own self and do what I need to do, first and foremost. So keep up following me on this channel, and hopefully, um, after doing some of the horrific strength exercises for the internal and external rotation of my hip, that by the next session, I already know what we're working on. So we're working on the outside portion of the hip again, and working on the bony structure of where the muscle attaches, actually on the outside portion of the hip, not the inside. So yeah, I made it through today, although it was horrible. I'm gonna have a bruise. So again, doing my naked work, I'm gonna have blue K-tape on this next week for 4 days. So it's gonna be kind of funny. Any of my personal clients that I see face to face is gonna laugh, because at least for the next couple of weeks, I'm always gonna have K-tape on. So if you meet me in private and you see me in a dress, but yeah, I have K-tape hanging out of the bottom, don't be freaked out. So all I can say is, thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for subscribing. And again, my Twitter page was hacked, so the new Twitter page is my backup. It's Stunning Summer X on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, Stunning Summer, and all of my websites, whether it's OnlyFans or MiniVids or YouCandy. Clips for Sale 24032 is the store number, and my website, stunningsummersdirtydeeds.com, where again, I have a multitude of videos coming up in the next couple weeks. Wrestling videos are being added, foot fetish videos are being added. So I look forward to 2018 doing some great things, and then hopefully moving back to the West Coast when spring gets here. I'm not trying to drive a truck across country with all my belongings in it while there's still snow coming. So May or June for sure, you're gonna find your girl out in Vegas full time. East Coast, I will still tour East Coast. Always mad love for the DMV.